Alright, here is the current state of affairs with the CTX EzBook 800. I've got it plugged in. I've got the CPU seated properly now again, which is nice. Thanks to the people on VCF who helped me out with that. Notice how it's doing nothing. And then if I apply pressure, it goes back into the state it was at before, right? And then if I disengage pressure, it goes off. And notice how if I press here or anywhere hard enough, like here, 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 not there, here, the charge light comes on, or well, the power connected light comes on. That's the charge light. Now, down in here, you'll see there is a connector here. And this was all affected by the battery corrosion. But it seems very nonsensical where pressing gets that to trigger. So what I'm getting at here is that I think I might have a connection issue somewhere, but it's hard to tell. Now, the obvious answer if I was looking at this now is if I just got the system for the first time, never saw it working and saw it dead, was I'd look here, I'd see the battery corrosion, I'd see the bad traces and potential bad vias there, and I'd be like, okay, well, obviously that's the cause. But the thing that makes me think that isn't, despite what normal judgment would say, is that this was working completely perfectly fine with this battery installed, actively leaking, and after it was removed and cleaned in the current state it's at now. When I had that one time that I didn't get on video where it was fan turned on, all the lights turned on, and then the CPU was getting warm, and if I pressed on it to use my hand to act like a heatsink, it would initialize video and start to post. Now, it's obviously not doing that now, and that stopped after all I did between doing this and I saw the screen light up and it post, and it going into this state was I installed the heatsink and plugged in the keyboard and screwed some screws in on the bottom. That is all I did. And that caused it to go into this state. If I press on it, the charger connected light comes on. You'll even see here if I apply on the CPU, it can start out dim, and then if I apply more pressure, it gets brighter. Which is very strange. And the CPU doesn't get warm at all, which it was before. When it was working, it's ice cold, or it was before I transferred some heat from my hand onto it. So, yeah. That's an update. Still troubleshooting. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and try to do some more testing with this thing and see if I can get the thing to post. If I mess with the connections while it's running, I'm going to take it apart further. The really annoying thing is that in order to get this whole palm rest off and everything, the screen assembly has to come completely disassembled. So I'm going to have to set up a test bench situation here with none of the plastic parts installed, because the only way I can find to get this piece off, because there's 2 screws under this cover here, and you can't really get this cover off unless you completely take apart the screen assembly. So I'm going to have to do that. So, yeah, that's where we're at.